Girl, she got her smoothie. I'm ready. Bitches is late and ka 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 ka. I'm about to fucking cook these hoes. Because bitches had a lot to say about the girl being late last week. And what about it? We home, bitch. When it's time to produce, I'm there.
But
Let's get to
honestly,
this.
it's like at the end of the day, it's like with Yahoo's, it's like 1 week one bitch is gonna be late. The next week is the other bitch is gonna be late. So y'all be playing tic tac at this point.
I like to keep bitches on their toes. Never know what you're going to get.
Like
But
at this point, like it's just ridiculous. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Tuck, um, a drag race recap podcast hosted by you, the audience at this point, because the hosts are not even showing up.
girl, fuck out of here. We are the audience. No joke.
Y'all truly get on my nerves. Y'all truly get on my nerves.
But we here, we here, we here, we here.
So last week, remember how? Because for all the people that listen to us, remember how last week we got on this platform and aired out our co-host for being late to not only the well, you weren't late to the well, you were late, for being
I
late
was
to
late
not
to the
only the
photo
photo
shoot.
shoot. Yeah, but we had to like switch the time on everything, so technically you were late for everything.
Do that for
So
the star.
wink. So yeah, so last week we were waiting on you, and we made it work. At the end of the day, things came together, and Kevin was on time, and he was there as I was ranting about you, and now you're there for me as I rant about him, because it's like tic-tac-toe. Like the week before it was Kevin, then the week before it was Kevin, then last week it was you, then this week again it's Kevin. So let me know when y'all done playing, so we can really get to the bag, because y'all bitches
Well,
love to come on, y'all bitches love to come in this house and not get to the bag. We
listen,
need to get to the bag.
I got here
I'm
early
tired of
today.
being in this baddie bus with all these fucking $2 hoes, and none of y'all bitches get into the fucking bag.
If I'm a $2 hoe, at least I'm a rare bill. But fuck it, we got shit to talk about. Like, I really want to get into it. Today I showed up 15 minutes early, and we are just on time to talk about the fucking tea that this episode gave. Get into it.
Yep. So last week Spice was eliminated, of course. I know we were all hurt about Spice elimination. Her mirror message read, "It's been so easy and so fun. Thank you for being my new sisters when my real one left me. PS, where does the dingaling go?"
Where the dingaling go? Where the
Like I
dingaling
just
go?
honestly I just really where the dingaling go, where the dingaling go, where the dingaling go, where the dingaling go. I really love Spice. She definitely will be missed. I think Sugar and Spice definitely made their mark on this competition. They were gonna make their mark regardless because of who they were prior to this competition, and then them coming into it. Um don't be wearing your hoodie like that, because then you make people think you're bald when in reality you're still hanging on to
Uh,
some hair.
no, girl, that's why I'm over here. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to catch
Right,
the
right.
light in the name of Selena. It's Titis. I'm trying to catch the light, girl. Hold on. Because I don't
So
know where my motherfucking purple do-rag is at.
do you feel like Spice went home at the correct time?
I will say it was one of those weeks again that I was like, I don't want to see you go,
Hmm.
but it was time, you know.
It was time, right?
That's the Spice's time. It wasn't okay. The, I think the reason why she went home, being her outfit, was kind of fucked because I did like the outfit. The outfit she presented on Instagram, that shit would have kept her ass there for sure. I think, which we're gonna talk. I'm gonna touch back on it later on. I think what kind of not rubbed me the wrong way, but there was this side by side shot of Selena's confessional, and then Spice's confessional, and I really do think that it shows like people come into drag and they have different. It's an outlet for everybody, so there's always gonna be a different drive that's gonna make you want to do the craft. And I feel like, yeah, she likes the glitz, the glams, the fun. Like she has the passion for it. But like for Selena, I feel like that bitch lives, eats, and breathes drag. And that
Yeah,
wasn't
I
just no like,
definitely.
oh, I'm a lip sync and be a lip sync assassin, or I'm a lip sync and like give it to no. She's like, no, bitch, I'm not going anywhere. And I love her fucking drive. Like, I love that fucking passion, that fire, because that's how I get, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I might do my little number in the circle of a club, but bitch, I'm taking that shit on like RuPaul's in the fucking audience, and I'm fucking giving it to the
Right.
girls. And I feel like that's what was missing from Spice's performance that day. But we're gonna miss her, but she'll definitely have another moment. There's always all stars. Because
Yeah,
losing is the new winning.
winning. No, definitely losing is a new winning. This is not gonna be the last time that we see Sugar or Spice. And I definitely think that between a lip sync battle between Spice and Selena STDs, I definitely think Selena has been putting her heart into this competition, and you can tell that Selena is really working as hard. I'm not a I'm not that I'm not a fan, because I'm a fan of all of these girls, but in the sense of like her drag has not been translating to me as much as his
Or
as
to
it has been
Michelle.
or to Michelle, as much as it's been translating to other people. But I definitely say that Selena has been working really hard in this competition. And I definitely think that if we have to pick between Spice or Selena, we love Spice and we love what she brings, but Selena definitely deserves to stay in this competition. So I'm glad that she was, able to see another week in the workroom. With that said, this week the queens get up and close. The challenge for this week is to for the queens to get up and close and personal with celebrities for TV's sketchiest news magazine, 50-50. I
That's,
loved this challenge.
yeah.
The producer, host, on-air talent, podcast host, and just overall creative in me loved this challenge. Um,
From
Even
beginning
the
to
way they
end.
set it up, I was taking notes. I would love to have my own podcast with this little studio that they had. Like everything about it was just so cute. I really love this challenge. What do you think about the challenge?
I really was excited that we had well, was it a maxi challenge? It was a mini challenge, right?
No, that
No, it
was a
was a maxi
maxi.
challenge. Yeah, I feel like I was excited for it because it's been a while since we've had one. Or at least what it feels like. It was a dope, bitch. And every time they do a challenge, I'm sitting there like, oh, bitch, I will eat this up. I will eat this up. Like, yeah, this is the one.
Right.
So I love that they were challenging them because it's also Drag Race is boot camp. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they're preparing them, they're giving them challenges, and it's pledging these hoes to what they're about to experience when they complete this, process. So it's like I love to see that, bitch, who's gonna be able to handle an interview? Who's gonna be able to
Right.
sit there and handle fucking
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Charlemagne the God has interviewed a drag queen that I know of, but it's like
But anybody in
but
general, I think even Malaysia said this in Watch Your Packing. She said, I did. I was not able to handle that interview with Frankie. We're foreshadowing a little bit, but I was not able to handle that interview with Frankie. And I feel like even though, like, yes, it sent me, whatever, but at the same time, I still feel like I learned something from it because now I know how to handle
yeah.
interviews like that. And she said that on Watch Your Packing with Michelle Visage because,
Oh,
anyways, yeah.
yeah.
So
Well, we split up the
it teaches
teams.
them something,
Of course, and I mean, if you're learning something, there's never no wrong. You know what I mean? As long as you're taking the
right?
notes, you're applying them, and moving forward with it, I'm happy that's her mentality. But we get into these three teams of three. There's 9 queens left.
Yeah, there was like two of two and
One
then
of two.
two of three and one of two.
Okay.
The special guests, we have special guests this week. We have Charo is back in the girl. One thing about Charo is that Drag Race keeps her alive because I don't hear about this bitch anywhere else. No shade.
No, Drag Race keeps her lights on the way I keep Lux's lights on because the way I've been streaming round and round, that is my fucking song. Like that, like when Lux went into the studio to record that song, like that bitch like put her cunt on the fucking mic, put like sprinkled fucking I don't know what the
Walked
fuck on
away
it.
and then came and picked it up.
No, like I literally sleep to the song. Like I jam out to it and then I'm like, oh, wake up. And it's like, dun, 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 dun. It's a bob. It's a bob. But anyways, the guest judge
I need
we
to
have
get into it. I
Shadow.
haven't. I mhm.
We gonna have a moment together because it you gonna really got me to rant about this like in a good way. It's just when you have that one song that is like Oh damn, bitch! I'm waking up. Like fuck, I gotta go to work.
Mhm.
I'm tired. I just worked a fucking 12-hour shift yesterday. I got another 12 hours to go, and I'm hungover. Boom, boom, doom. It, hold on, because don't copy. We do not own the copyrights to this.
You can only play 15 seconds.
This is my part right here. She's like, walk into the party and I'm feeling like I'm ready to go. This will be my part right here. The lights are flashing real bright, red, white, yellow, green, indigo. And that's all we could afford.
Okay, that's it. You can play no more.
Love you, Lux.
Love you, Lux. So aside from Charo this week, we also have Frankie Grande, also joining the episode Drag Race, and we have Love Connie, who is a drag queen, drag performer, drag
Love
performer.
Connie.
Love Connie, she was a drag queen. There was
Oh,
it
okay,
was
okay.
Charo,
Oh my god, why I'm thinking Lonnie Love? I was like,
girl.
that was girl.
That's the wrong love, baby. So all of these girls did something different. Some of them, for example, Lux had to do her interview while they were riding, like in a very like you drive, I ask you questions type of setting. Some of them interview, some of them had like very personal sit down interviews and riding front. So what was some of your highlights from this challenge?
I like that they were able to see it live, but that they also in a way they it had to figure it out yourself. Like yeah, you are part of the team when it comes to doing your little intro into your side segment. And I love
Mm,
that the side segments were all in different, it wasn't the same setting. It challenged them in
right.
different ways because it's like we have Lux on the car, on the golf cart. We had Mistress doing the cupcakes, and then forgot what Miss Malaysia was doing, but I like that they all had a different setting.
Malaysia was preparing a pizza. Some girls were
Yep.
tossing Sasha was tossing a salad.
It
Yeah,
was a different setting. It's like
they
things
were
that
all
you're gonna
doing different stuff.
experience. No, yeah, I was definitely, it intrigued me. Something that stood out to me was just the way they all handled. I mean, they managed it in their own way. You could tell that what's her face, Marsha, she definitely had the mentality of taking it a little more serious. I feel like, where she's like, oh bitch, like I'm gonna
Mhm.
show that people I can report on the national like news and like show you girls what I can do and blah 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 blah
Right.
blah blah. Like she had more serious questions, as where again, bitch, I guess like call me a fucking Lux Nation girl, but that bitch is just herself. Like she was just really on that cart
Yeah.
and just handling it, like hair blowing through the wind. She's like talking shit. So it was really good.
No, for real, it was really, really good. I was actually very surprised by Marsha when she first started the interview. I was like, oh, this is gonna go well because she is like, in a way, I feel like she was low key acting a little bit, and you know that Marsha is a good actress. So I was like, oh, like she's acting like she's playing this anchor role, like this TV reporter role, and I was like living for it. But then I feel like the fact that she had Charo was really hard for her, and honestly, Shadow, what I'm a bilingual person. I speak both English and Spanish. Shadow wasn't speaking either. Like, I'm sorry, but I cannot understand one word that woman was saying.
No, I promise you, I was staring at it and I'm like, bitch, I was just gonna start talking shit right back. Like, you know how there's like Spanish and then there's Dominican Spanish? Like, I would have
Right,
just been like, no, porque maldita sea, yo no sé lo que tú estás hablando.
right.
Like, bitch, I'm marrying you, ho. Like, we both not gonna understand what the fuck we saying,
Like
ho.
Shadow was
And
literally
it's gonna be a good interview.
like pineapple, coochie coochie. Like she would literally say bumble 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 one word, bumble 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 one word, blah 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 one word, and you just see Marsha like, yeah, yeah, like I'm like poor girl. Yeah, I
But
feel
I
like if
think
she
that
would have had
Marsha,
another,
she could have bounced back with it. Like, you know how in a few seasons ago, Rue was like, "You always have to have like kind of a line ready." That was a
mhm,
moment where she could have been like, "I was gonna say the same thing." I was just
right,
thinking this morning in the shower. Speaking of showers, how often do you shower? Because
right. You have to be,
you treat say like
you have
it's
to be
it's
ready to go.
easier said than done. Yeah, but I mean, it was good enough for her to be good and keep it cute. Mistress
Yeah,
was really the person who surprised me, um, because I really thought that she could handle this crazy bitch,
right.
and I think obviously production caps on. I could already see like production, like, oh, she's really good, so like really press her hard, like really give her a challenge.
Right.
I think they know like they're okay. This is the intermediate queen. Take it to not easy on her, but something that we should volley with you. Because Mistress could have really ate like Frankie up.
Mhm.
Like I feel like if Mistress was paired up with Frankie, she would have like just put that twink on her middle finger and like spin him around like a yo-yo. Like she would have been chilling with him. But with this bitch Lonnie, like it was a run for her money. Is it
Mhm.
Lonnie? Okay.
I don't honestly, girl, like try not to name too many people because I can't keep fact checking you. Because I honestly don't even know if it was who she. I don't remember honestly at this point who she did it with.
I have a
But
question for you. In that maxi challenge, what would you
mhm.
have done? Like which one would have been your preferred scenario? And
Well,
guest judge
I am
or
a
guest host?
journalist, so I would have done great in this scenario in any situation because as journalists, we are trained to ask the hard questions in any environment.
Period.
However, I think that I would have probably loved and felt more comfortable in the sit down one on one scenario that they had. The cooking one would have been fun. I would have played around with the food and I would have made jokes about the food. And then I think that the one outside, it was very like Lux did it the perfect way. Just let loose, have fun. You guys are outside. You're driving a little golf cart. Anitra was jogging with Frankie. Like it's like you just have to have fun. Like when you're outside and you're doing things that like it's outside, I feel like you just have to have fun. So I
I
definitely
would have
think
done that
like
one too.
Marsha could have said like, "Oh, that's the same thing I said," or "Oh, I was thinking about that in the shower." Talking about showers, those segues that Marsha should have done were the same things that I appreciated about Sasha when she was like, when she saw that the interview was going off the rails, she threw her cards out and she said, "Well, these don't matter." And I was gagging. That's exactly what you do. You play
Yeah.
along and then, but like Rue
Roll with the
said, well,
punches.
you roll with the punches, and exactly how Rue said when they were delivering, the biggest thing about interviewing is listening because you need to be able to listen to what's going on around you and you need to be
Hmm.
really self-aware about what is happening in this room right now because anything can be brought into the interview and you can use it to your advantage. So I feel like some of the girls knew how to do that and some of the girls just were struggling. And
We're
this was
learning.
the yeah, and learning. This was the perfect challenge though because I feel like again the girls learn a lot of things that these girls are gonna come out of this season. Look, the season is not even over, and some of these girls have already done interviews with Entertainment Tonight, Entertainment Weekly. They've been on podcasts, they've been on shows,
Yeah.
they've been on different daytime talk shows. Like the girls have been out here promoting and being serving their purpose as brand ambassadors of Drag Race. So they need to be able to handle an interview. So I really, really, really love this.
And I want to ask the audience and you as well. Now that we're at the halfway mark and we have 8 queens currently, from the queens who have gone home, who do you think that has had the most growth post show that they left and you're like, wow? For me, I will say, and I know y'all always gonna say I give this bitch grace, but I want to say Jax. I feel like Jax, she left the show, but I can see the
Hmm.
the growth at least in the makeup and also the way she did her at Roscoe's. I think she's doing good. She's doing like I'm proud of where she's moving up. And again, not and this one's not a readers, but it's like it gives hope because it shows that although the show is so big, we're not
Hmm.
looking for just like this perfect cookie cutter bitch. It's like we're gonna meet you where you're at. We're gonna try to work with you, and we're always gonna give you a lesson to move forward. So, what about you? What do you
Right.
think?
I honestly, I'm gonna give it to Sugar and Spice. Just the other day, they were in Australia doing their first drag brunch, performing at their first drag brunch. Like
Wow,
Sugar and Spice have really been out here, trying to get into what it is to be a drag queen. Well, let me rephrase that because also like recently I've been listening to a lot of other podcasts and a lot of other people that also talk about drag on their podcasts, and especially drag queens that have podcasts. I definitely want to say, in a space of podcasting and us talking about drag, I definitely say go listen to those drag queens that also have podcasts, because it's one thing to hear from us, but it's another thing to also hear it from a drag queen that is currently doing the thing. We're just
Yeah.
viewers that love the show and love the history of it. I know you're starting your drag journey, but it's also,
Thank
it's
you.
just different to hear it from a drag queen that's been doing it for a couple years and they're also
Yeah.
talking about it. So definitely take the time to go visit those other drag queens that have podcasts and that review the show as well, because you might get a perspective that you're not getting here, and that's fine. But I definitely think that Delta, she was interviewing, I think she had Mariah on her show, not Carrie. Um but she was saying how, you know, not every drag queen is an entertainer, not every drag queen is a performer. And I think that we're starting to
Speak on
get
it.
there. We're starting to get there, because especially with this TikTok queens and these social media queens, it's cute to know how to do your makeup, to know how to dragify yourself and post it and call yourself a drag queen. But it's a difference
Yeah.
on how to be an entertainer, how to conduct a crowd, how to host a show at at a bar, how to do the things that you have to do when we go out, when we go to the gay clubs in New York City, and we spending those dollars doing the lip syncs. It's a lot, and not everybody has the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to do that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You can be a look queen, saying every drag is valid, but not every drag deserves to be on the main stage. And I thought that was very interesting.
No, I definitely agree with that comment because even hearing that, I was like, damn, you know what? It gave me that confidence because now going through my drag journey, I'm like, there are so many elements that go into it that you don't even think of. On your face alone with the makeup, you got to figure out your damn,
Right.
how to work with that and the technique to it. Then you have your own like shit you're going through your head, and then you have what you had to portray to the world. So entertainment is
Mhm.
probably sometimes these girls that are coming up like me, their last
The
thing in
last
mind.
thing.
You see, like for me, like
Yep.
I feel like I've always been an entertainer, like Edward underscore ENT. Like I've always been an
Yeah.
entertainer in my head. Now I'm taking my
Right.
entertainment into drag. So it's like I feel like now I have to learn more of the drag aspect and culture and all of that.
Right.
But it's like
Yeah.
a lot of these girls are getting in there and are forgetting to understand that they have to keep a crowd engaged.
Right.
So
And
I
it's
agree with you. Spice and Sugar are definitely learning that. They're doing it.
mhm.
And I want to see more of their work now because I think through the
Yeah.
show we only saw their canned bits on TikToks. We see their little like jumpy go lucky. She's been doing like videos with Trisha Paytas, and I think they found where their comedy fits in and how to
Mhm.
market it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Granted, I haven't been after the girls leave the competition. I really haven't been following them, like exactly what they're doing, except from
Mhm.
their outfits popping up in my TL every time it's Friday and they're posting what they would have done. But shout out to Spice, Sugar, and shout out to Jax for still hitting the round running after the competition. Um, so who would you say was like who were you least impressed from this challenge? I know
Hold
it's
on, let me
definitely
think. Let me think. I'm
honestly
like, I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna be
say
biased.
I could go first and I would say Anitra. I feel like Anitra was very underwhelming. To me, I feel like she could have done a little bit more, and even what she was wearing, like I don't know, but I'm tired. Like
You think her decline
these
is starting?
these girls, I don't know if the decline is starting because I mean she was safe, but I feel like these girls is just like I don't know if I like the whole like I'm just gonna throw this on, I'm not gonna pad, I'm not gonna do anything. Like I'm sorry, but if RuPaul pads, you need to pad.
Yeah,
Like
and I'll
I'm
touch on that too later.
sorry. fucking like a pole, and y'all just throw this little rainbow maxi dress on, and that dress has no personality because it's literally you have it on top of your regular
Your
body,
body. Yeah.
like and then
The
but then
only
it's like but then the big girls have to cinch their waist,
corset.
they
Yep.
have to create their body, and they still pad.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me you can't? It's starting to become a problem to me because when I'm watching visually, it does not look appealing when I just feel like something is on you. If
It
I
takes you
just
away
want to
from the
buy a bunch of
fantasy.
shit, yeah, it's you're not even wearing it. It's wearing you in a bad way. So I'm
Oh,
not
yeah, I
gonna
heard her.
listen. Y'all heard me, right? Ni hao, who the fuck told bitches that was me now? Like I said, you're not gonna order a bunch of shit online and a bunch of shit from Amazon and just put on a wig and makeup and say it's drag. There's things to it. And like if I know and I'm not a drag queen and I see it and I've been seeing it for the past 15 seasons on this show, there's no way that y'all don't get that. So when I see girls with a wig
Siri,
on,
cancel my Amazon order. Yeah, I can't believe you just be ordering shit off Amazon for drag.
when I see the girls just wearing a very simple outfit with a very simple wig and very simple makeup, and that be what they're showcasing in the main challenge or even in the runway, sometimes no shade, I feel very underwhelmed.
Well, speaking of underwhelmed, I will say that I was underwhelmed by Mistress's little segment just because
Mm-hmm.
I expected so much of her. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that it was bad, it just wasn't what I know from her. I thought she was gonna be able to handle it. Again, she also had a crazy ass bitch with her that was really throwing just curveball after curveball. She handled it
Mm-hmm.
well for what it was, but from holding her to her own standards, I wanted a little more. I love that bitch still, but I'm gonna make sure I catch my bias on it. But after you mentioned the Nitra, I'm like, wow, like not I don't want to say unforgettable, but she was definitely challenged by this one.
Yeah, she was definitely challenged, and I didn't love that look that you used for the challenge, Anitra. But like I said, you live and you learn, and you've been doing great. So one critique is not gonna kill you. Moving forward, category is on the runway, Night of a Thousand Beyonces. Oh my
Woo!
god. So first things first, I was super excited for this category. In my opinion, wrong crowd.
Oh, I was pumped, bitch. I said a thousand Beyonce's like instantly. Hmm, my mind. I don't know. I just think of Sasha Fierce. Like I would have gone with a Sasha Fierce era fit, but yeah, wrong
Mhm.
crowd for sure. When I saw it come all the way back around.
I just feel like if you were gonna give us, I mean, I definitely think that this is a logistic thing. It is not a coincidence that Beyonce is literally reigning the world with Renaissance right now, and Drag Race is on, and they're gonna do a night of a dance at Beyonce's. I think that it's all logistics, it's all production. Let's do this because Beyonce is supreme right now. Not right now; she's always been
Always
supreme.
been.
However, I think that if they would have given us this category on All Star 7 winners the
Yes.
winner season, we would have been gagged with some heavy hitter drag queens that I feel like would have had more experience, because let's get into these looks honestly. So first we have Selena STDs. She's recreating one of Beyonce's famous Grammy looks where Beyonce's holding all her Grammys. I thought, I like this look. I like this look. I really
Okay.
did.
I love this look because it's one of those iconic shots of Beyonce. I'm gonna say Nicki Minaj.
Hmm.
I'm such a barb of like Beyonce that I wouldn't have thought to like recreate. But when she came out and she had like the whatever the fuck those Grammys were supposed to be that she was holding, I thought it was
Hmm.
great. I thought it was beautiful.
She
I
said it
do
was.
wish that
She said it was RuPaul Chia Pets. I was crying.
I wish it was a little more regal, like the fabric, because as I got closer, aka when the camera zooms in, it was giving me a little bit of like quinceañera, still like la tia that's going
Mm,
to the quinceañera to and she's receiving a candle. If you remove the
mm,
Grammy award from her, It's like, is it really giving Beyonce? You know what I mean? But it was still fucking cute. Like I was still here for it.
No, it was definitely cute. I definitely liked it. I really enjoyed seeing Selena in this, illustrious, high glamorous moment. I really love this updo. That wig was everything to me. I loved the color. I loved her makeup. I liked how she gave us a little bit of a purple eye to give us contrast from everything else because everything else was very gold. I
Yeah.
really love this dress, honestly, and I think that the fact that I think she probably saw the dress first and what she was going to do with the hair
Built
and the
from there.
makeup, and then saw like, oh, probably she thought the same thing you thought, like this does not look Beyonce, I need to make it even more. And that's why she then got the figurines that she used as Grammys, and I think it worked. Am I wet? Yes. Are
I
you
will
wet?
have I will have to say wet for sure. Hold on, I'm just pulling up drags.looks. But
Oh
yes,
babe, it's in the notes, babe, in the
oh,
production notes that I sent you, that I take my
did
time
you
to
send that via
write.
email?
I send that via text. I know you get those on your phone. Or is your phone
Um,
disconnected?
no, babe, the phone is connected. I just think you happen to have sent it
Okay.
to the wrong group chat because I don't see
No,
it
the
here.
tucking team in the tucking
Oh,
team is definitely there.
oh well, my love, it's not reflecting on this end. So get your
Oh, so it
production.
must be it must be your connection, I guess.
Well, maybe when we start getting my bills paid, we'll get that worked out. But for now, I will
Well,
be
you know
watching on
what?
drag.look.
My bills are paid, so I'm gonna just send it to you again.
Thank you. That's all we should have done
I'm
from
gonna
the
just send it to
beginning.
you again because you know,
Ooh.
duh.
So this is it? Because this is
No, I
too
sent you the wrong
much.
link. No, but I
The
was
jokes write
gonna tell
themselves.
you.
Never. Oh,
I was gonna
girl.
tell you, fuck my life. I literally over. So oh, we just got a text from Kevin literally as we're recording. So I have to air it out. I air you out, and when trust me, when it's my turn, I'm gonna sit in this chair and I
She
am
can't
going
handle
to
it.
let chat eat me up.
She can't
I'm.
handle it though.
You say I can't handle it, but the thing is, there hasn't been a point where you guys.
Babes,
I'm gonna talk my shit. Moving forward, Kevin.
if the delusion, if you gotta be delusional and rock with it, so I'm gonna let you rock with it. Go ahead, girl.
Okay,
Still have
babe.
that energy.
As long as we're both
I
delusional.
absolutely.
As, as,
I never
as long
claim
as we're both delusional.
we
With
are
that
both.
said, Kevin said in our group chat, fuck my life. I literally overslept. I'm sorry. I'ma say this. At least I'ma give the bitch the benefit of the doubt for keeping it real. Cause I was waiting for Kevin to come on this on this group chat and say that I don't fucking know. Like my dog walked out the house and he don't even have a dog type shit. Like, So I'm glad that the bitch just said, bitch, I overslept. So Kevin, even though I'm pissed at you, thank you for keeping it real. Don't let that shit happen again, even though this is again. Um, should we go back? Should we go back to the show? Wait, I was gonna
Let
tell you one more thing. Because we're doing wet or regret right now. So shout out to our audio engineer, Rafi.
oh,
He said that
love
it's
him.
very hard when we say wet or regret and we keep going because he has to add the sounds to it. So when you say it's wet or regret, just take like a cute 2-second pause before continuing your sentence. Okay? Production note from
Okay.
our audio engineer, Rafi Scafaro. Ladies, he's single and hung.
Girl, y'all better get it. I'm
Because
rooting
we
for
can.
y'all because we can't. He don't playing on the same team.
He don't play in the salads.
I mean, he
Um.
do. They're not our salads.
Oh, and by the way, Rafi, when you're listening to this, I hope that this does not make you feel uncomfortable. We love you, baby. Moving forward, we have Malaysia as not. I was gonna say Malaysia as titties.
Malaysia S titties Kennedy Davenport. Bitch, you said just throw a last name there.
Now we have Malaysia, baby doll, 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 fox. What do you guys think about this? Look, I'm gonna just say what I like about it, and that's the hair. Aside from that, it's a regret for me.
Girl, get on my face right the fuck now. I think she looked gorgeous. I think the makeup could have been a little more brightened on the eyes, or she
Hmm.
should have just gave us shades. If since she was doing Beyonce's kind of little on the run tour fit. I do wish that the featherines on the side, I don't know what the fuck the right term is. Clock it, comment it, if I'm saying it wrong, but the little featherines on the sleeves, I wish were a little more exaggerated. Um, but I think she did a good job. I think she proportioned it well to her. But it does look like it was cute, bitch. I got it's a wet. It's a wet. It's a wet.
Well, I think that, I mean, like I always say, para los gustos se hicieron los colores. So, you love it, and it is what it is. I think that it was a
What
little bit
don't you love about it?
underwhelming.
Okay.
So, okay, so this is what I don't like about it. I feel like this construction is, it could have a little bit more. I do say, does it look like the look that she's supposed to be emulating? Yes, I can definitely see. However, when I see this look, I'm glad that she gave us this type of hair because the hair gave Beyonce. But if it wasn't for the hair, I think that I really wouldn't have gotten the
Reference.
Beyonce reference if it wasn't for the hair. Also, when she turned around, I could see like the spandex, like, because the line and the trim of the shorts were so high that you can kind of see under it. So I remember that when she was walking the runway, I could see that, and I was like, I don't know if I like that. I will say though, the body matches the face, the legs match the face, so I will definitely give her that. And also at the same time, um one makeup, not tip, because who am I to tip these bitches, but one makeup thing that I noticed was that in the challenge, I really didn't like Malaysia's makeup. I feel like she barely looked like she had any makeup, and it was giving church lady drag, and I don't know if I love that. However, in this, I
I don't think
really
that was the
liked her.
makeup, baby. That was the synthetic wig.
It was the
That synthetic
synthetic
top.
weed, but it was the synthetic wig, but it was also the
Not the
fact that she
synthetic
got,
weed, ho.
girl, this accent. And Jess Sander, I do have an accent. Because
Damn,
you like to,
bitch.
you bitches like bitches. Ni hao, who the fuck told bitches there was me now? Bitches like to listen to this fucking podcast and talk shit in a group chat. Bitch,
Okay, the rundown motherfucking mixtape dropping soon.
dropping motherfucking Zoom, bitch. The mother dropped a new song, so it got me activated.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh.
no, I didn't. I think the challenge was giving church lady drag, and I did. This was definitely an upgrade from that, but it's a regret for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Moving forward,
Next.
we have the illustrious
Mm.
Lux Noir London, straight from East Orange, New Jersey, serving us cunt,
One more time.
cunt, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. The hair is laid. The outfit is laid. The body is there. The makeup is there. The charisma is there.
Oh, we
The
have to.
nod, the nod to Beyonce, but also being so aware that RuPaul also wore this
She
is
knew what she was
there.
doing. She knew
The
what she was
girl
doing.
did her homework. The girl did what she had to do. She studied for this competition. She prepared for this competition. And I appreciate a bitch that prepares for that shit.
She
So
aced that
Lux Noir
exam.
London. Ooh, I even gagged me. He
Girl, she
even
almost spoke
gagged me.
English.
Lux Noir London. It's a wet for me.
I have to walk you through my experience watching this on the runway. First thing that went to mind was I need more padding. I wanted it, it just
I
kind of looked
agree.
like it
I
was like
will
very
agree.
drapey. I wanted more padding, but I will have to say it's beautiful the way she wore
Hmm.
it still, despite not having padding. She wore it well. She wears it well. I'm a fan of this hoe, and to say that it's not a wet, you have to be like probably partially blind or legally blind. But I
Hmm.
loved it from head to toe. Only comment on it is just I wanted more padding,
Hmm.
but is it proportioned to her body and shit? Then yeah, fuck
Hmm.
it. It's a wet. It's a splash hoe.
No, it's definitely Aquafina, Poland Spring, all of the above.
Spring
I
water
would say
only.
now that you're saying how, like, you could have she could have had more padding, I will also say that I would have loved for her to have a mic as a prop, because it just would have taken it to the next level. She's performing, whatever. And yeah, I would have loved her to play with her body a little bit. I would love to. I challenge all of the skinny girls to play with their bodies and use padding in order to make yourself
Yeah.
look different, and in order to make your drag just pop. So, because again, when you walk down the runway with no padding, it's just you in a dress. That does nothing to me.
I
To
mean, maybe it
me.
was yeah, maybe it was recreated and like she couldn't fit it with padding on it or something. But I just had like a moment. I'm like, oh MFG. Like the day that I get padding my side, like for me, I'm like, make my padding. I'm like, wow, like that's really when I'm like
No,
in the game.
moving forward, I'm only giving you drag shit for like birthdays or Christmas. Like,
Oh,
I'm like for Christmas, like I'm only gonna give you like different type of titties, different type of paddings, a different wig. Like, I'm never giving you any. Like, you're never getting some shit for the house. You're never getting anything. Like,
thank you.
no, like
That's
moving,
music to my
because
ears.
I will not
Listen,
have
this
my
is
I will not have my sister
expensive.
looking crazy out here.
This shit is expensive. But and I want to touch on that too because that I'm not gonna hold you has been one of the things that has been keeping me from like not putting myself out there or putting shit out there. I'm just like I want to be able to present something that if bitches are gonna clock me for, it's gonna be constructive criticism and not whole saying like, well, girl, not everyone should do drag. But at the same time, it's a learning experience, and the only way you're gonna get constructive feedback is by putting your shit out there. But when I do get
Yeah.
into those pads and get more of those gifts that you speak of that are gonna help out the drag journey, I'm gonna have to
He said
serve
that
it to
you
the girls.
speak of.
When I need to
Damn, I
see it,
signed.
girl.
I signed the contract that I shouldn't have. Now he's gonna be waiting for these gifts, chat. Moving forward, we have Anitra.
I like the beat. I
You didn't like, something's missing. I don't know what it is.
baby, it's the padding. The padding is what's missing.
Like, it's there. Something's missing.
Okay, I know I'm
She's
not one.
wearing she's wearing, I don't even know what to say, because it's like it looks exactly like the picture, but something's like I'm not 100% there. So for that reason, it's a regret for me.
Okay, when we talk about it embodying or reflecting, looking similar to what Beyonce is wearing, yes, I think, in my opinion, maybe the tights match too close to the dress and the little tube top. It's like it's not bad, but I just don't care for it. Like that is cute if she's wearing it like at the bar or whatever. But I think it needed so much more elevation on the fashion end for
Hmm.
it to be on this stage. Like I think the wig also it looks just a little like she just like one bitch just walked off the stage and she's like, "Can I borrow that?" And like she gave it to her. I'm gonna have it's because I love Anitra, but then I'm gonna have to regret it because I'm holding her to the same standards we're holding these other bitches. Like I I, I saw it, it came out, and I didn't my mind didn't go into this photo. When I saw the photo next to it, I was like, yeah. No, I'm sorry, it's a regret. That's what I said.
Okay, we're just gonna keep it moving.
Yeah.
Then we have Mistress Isabel Brooks, and she's given us a Destiny's Child moment. I honestly thought this was so camp. I thought this was smart. I thought this was funny. I thought this is how you take a category and you make it your own. You
Gorgeous.
give it, you put your own drag into it, and you really take a concept and you gag the girls by how you interpret a category. To give us a Destiny Child's moment and have Kelly and Michelle next to you in bobbleheads. I thought that was funny as hell. She looks good. I like the dress. Like RuPaul said, every runway they tell Mistress you look better than you looked last time. It's incredible. It's truly incredible.
That is really my queen at the moment. Like, I love you, mistress. I when she walked out, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, "What the fuck?" Then when they did the I said, "Boom, click, connected, made sense." It all brought it together, and
Right.
to look, oh my god, so fucking elegant, like from three heads to toe, like it was a wet, wet, wet.
I love that you
No
said that.
comment.
No, it was definitely a wet for me as well. Moving forward, we have Marsha, who went to Marshalls, and got herself a raggedy ass dress, a raggedy ass. No, I'm not even gonna call it raggedy, but she went to Macy's and got a gown with a fur scarf or whatever overthrow thing to throw. She got herself some cute heels and she styled her hair in that same thing. I think that the reason why this missed the mark for me, and it is a regret, it's because you took a picture and you said, let me buy like items that look like this. Let me buy a green dress that kind of emulates this. Let me buy a scarf that emulates this. Let me buy a wig that like it. To me, there's no like innovation on how to make this look like Beyonce. And I've seen
Yeah,
categories where black queens have to do white women
iconic.
as like inspiration and they still rock it. And I've seen categories where white women have to do black women as inspiration and they still look like the inspiration. So I don't know. It's a completely miss for me. I thought that it didn't make sense, and it's definitely a regret.
I before I get into it, I will say her makeup is getting better.
But we
Second,
love you, Marsha, and we don't want none of the Martians to cancel us.
um, yeah, kill me with that one, bro. Fucking, her makeup looks good. The hair is gorgeous. It could have been a
Yes.
little more teased and bigger, but the hair
Mhm.
looks good. I think you do bring up a good point where it's like we're also judging these bitches right next to Beyonce. Like, no hoe is gonna look as good as Beyonce, and what the fuck? Like, there's no recreating Beyonce. Period. Point.
Mhm.
But and I put that also to Anitra. Like Anitra looked good. It's just we're
Mhm.
comparing these bitches to Beyonce right now. So
Right.
to the point of making it also your own style of drag, the way when we're coming from Mistress to
Mhm.
to Marsha, I it's
You know,
it's
I
so
just
bad because
as you're talking, I definitely realized what it was. So the reason why to me this feels blah on Marsha is because honestly, it feels blah on Beyonce. Like this dress is just a regular. Like Beyonce looks good in it, but it's
but
a
it's
regular. Like this is not a Beyonce look that we think about when we think about
yes,
1,000 Nights of Beyonce. This was a
absolutely
random. This was to a title event. This is not one of the looks that we
iconic.
know Beyonce for. So I feel like because
Yeah,
it's not even iconic on Beyonce, it's not gonna be iconic on the runway. And I think that's what was missing for me.
I agree. I agree. It's I'm gonna regret it, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Period. Moving on, we have Lucy LaDuca, and she is recreating Beyonce's MTV performance when she announced that she was having a baby. Um, so I'm gonna just keep it super simple with this. It's a regret for me for the simple fact that you did not have a baby bump. Easy. You cannot recreate a look where Beyonce is iconically known for the fact that she popped out with a baby bump under that blazer and not have one. When
I think
she
she did. She did it.
No, she didn't. She put on my if Lucy, if you had a baby bump, let me know. Because even when we were watching last night and I was watching with my other gays, we were like, where's the baby bump? It could have been way better if there was a baby bump. I know that she unbuttoned her jacket and she went like this, but she was doing it to her flat tummy. Because when she turned around to go walk the other way, it was giving very flat. If she did have a baby bump, it wasn't pronounced enough. And I think that that was the only thing that was missing. And Lucy, I know that you were upset for not winning because you did really well in the challenge. You truly did. Honestly, if when you come out of this competition, you need to have your own podcast and you need to have your own YouTube show and you need to be interviewing the girls because you were great on that interviewing challenge. However, the reason why I think you didn't win the whole thing is because this look fell short. When you were coming down the runway, it didn't feel, excuse me, it didn't feel like Beyonce, and it would have taken us to the next level if when you unbuttoned your jacket, you had a baby bump, but you didn't.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I really, when she walked on, I was like, instantly knew what look she was giving. I
Hmm.
think again to the point of white queens, um, impersonating, I guess, or channeling this inspiration of a black woman. She did a good job in still keeping it true to her own, her own style of
Because it's
drag.
not
While
about the skin color, and just because you have the same skin color as the person that you're getting inspiration from, doesn't mean that you're gonna look more like her. It's
there's
how
certain, like, in this
yeah,
sense, it's about fashion, but there are certain times like Halloween. Like Halloween be fucking hard. I'll be like, bitch, what am I gonna do? Like, what? Who can I do that is a character or an artist or a celebrity that is that I could fucking do? Like, bitch, I can't fucking do Justin Bieber. Like, bitch is not gonna give Justin Bieber. You know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right.
I can put the little fucking shoe away fucking Bob, and then you'll get Justin Bieber. But I think if she would have had the little belly, I think it would have been a wet. I'm gonna give her a wet. No, but then bitch, like this is you put this Marsha
Pick,
and Anitra shit right next to each other, and I feel like they're all they're like misty. They're all misty.
pick a side, pick a side.
It's gonna be a fucking dry then. A regret.
Okay, thank you. It's a regret. Moving forward and onward to the future, we have Sasha Kobe giving us Destiny's Child, Sasha Fierce
Like
moment.
what
I'm
else?
sorry. But Sasha said, bitches, all of y'all gonna be wearing gowns. I'm gonna give the girls body and I'm gonna give the girls concept. And that is how you walk onto a runway and you give the girls body and you give the girls concept. And that is how you don't let a garment wear you. And that, if you look like that, is when you don't have to wear padding. But if you don't look
Thank
like
you.
that and you don't have to, you know how to work a garment and you know how to move. Because I will say this: it's not that Sasha has a perfect body and she's not, and it's okay. To Not my mom texting me talking about, pero habla al paso, tú tienes una bulla.
Girl.
Like, excuse
Girl.
me, I'm recording my podcast. Anyways,
I
mami,
think
yo
we
estoy
should bring her
grabando
on.
algo, yo no estoy hablando.
I feel like we should bring her on to an episode one day.
Right, like
We're,
so rude. Don't be texting me while I'm in the studio. I don't like that. I don't
you got to
appreciate
put a
that.
red light
Because when
outside.
Charlemagne walks in and acts like a bitch, right? Anyways, I really like this. I thought it was good. And back to my point, it's not that Sasha doesn't have to wear padding. It's the fact that when she walks out on a runway without padding, she hip, moves, works the run. Like she gives us more. She gives us more. So
Yeah.
I think that, like I say every week, the girls can learn a thing or two from can learn a thing or two from Miss Sasha. It's a wet for me.
My only critique is I do wish I got a little more leg, but I believe she's short. Um and there's nothing really that we could fucking do about that. I think the skirt could have been maybe a little shorter, but that's also then I guess maybe my perspective on it, and it's just from this picture that I see. But besides that, again, bitch, head to fucking toe, gorgeous, beautiful, elegant. Like I'm here for it. I'm rooting for it, and I'm gonna need that fucking outfit in my closet. Period. Speaking of, well, I'll save that for the ends. Or should I bring it up right now?
But I mean, bring it up
So,
whenever you want.
well, I was watching this yesterday with my roommates, and when we saw Sasha give this to us, they were all like, "Oh, it's a wrap. Like Sasha's winning this competition." And my roommate, Kevin, brought up the fact like, "Hey, like I was reading that if Sasha wins, that the storyline is that Sasha's gonna win and that RuPaul is gonna pass the crown to her and that she's gonna host Drag Race when he retires." And I'm like, "Babes, no way. Like that spot is saved for
No.
four of these bitches. It's either Bianca, Shangela, Bob the Drag Queen, or Trixie Mattel. Those are the
Yeah.
four bitches who will ever sit
Yeah.
on that throne."
Yeah.
And before that will is already written out. He already has those bitches with what season they're gonna do. Like,
Yeah.
if not,
There's a reason why Shangela was on an Oscar nominated film, Oscar winning film next to Lady Gaga and fucking Matthew McConaughey. There's a reason why these girls are doing big shit. A girl that just came, I mean Sasha is amazing, but it's a long way to go for her
hmm
to be able to sit in that chair and replace RuPaul.
yeah. So I was like, I ain't here. I'm not on that side of Twitter. I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like those four bitches that I mentioned are the four bitches who will have that seat
Yep.
eventually.
And I definitely think you bring up an interesting point. When I saw this come out, I instantly knew that Sasha was going to win. But also at the same time, I said, let's just get into it. Sasha was at the top, and with Lux, and who was the other top? It was Sasha, Lux, and
And
who else?
this bitch, Laduca.
And Lucy. And then at the bottom we had Malaysia, Selena, and who was the other one at the bottom?
Should have been Anitra.
I'll be
Anitra
forgetting.
was
Child.
safe.
It's so
What
many of them. It's so many of them, and then now it's only 8. It's like it's a lot. I'll be
it was
forgetting.
Malaysia as titties and who the fuck else? Was it just two bottoms?
I think it was just 2 bottoms, I guess.
Yeah, because the first two queens that were saved were Marsha and fucking Anitra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just had two bottoms.
So okay, so I definitely think that, Sasha is definitely the bar in this competition, but when she came out and she was at the top, and and also she won the challenge this week twice in a row. Twice in a row. She won
Mm,
last week. She won the ball. And usually I've never seen it like that. I've never seen Drag Race give a bitch the ball and then give a bitch the next challenge after a ball. It's like,
no.
damn.
And I think it was I don't know if production was behind it, but it was so satisfying to see Lucy bitch and moan. And she's like, well, I've won three, and I've won three, and I have her
And
little
then in the
bitch moment.
confessional, she's like,
No, but then Sasha had won her second one last week. So in a way, it was as if she was taking away kind of her moment. Like, all right, well, like I don't give a fuck. Like that bitch, she might have gotten her second win, but I won three. And production and fuck production actually. Sasha said, I'm coming for my third fucking win, and I'm gonna give it to the girls. And that's exactly what the fuck she did.
but
She
also
deserved it.
there
She earned it.
we need to give context. Lucy won 3, 1 maxi challenge, 2 mini challenges. It's not the same, babe. I don't understand how the girls are
Let them know.
counting. The girls are counting high highs, high lows, second runner up, third runner up, mini challenges. Like, girl, these girls are counting anything. Like, it's as if they're saying it so that because they know that production builds stories. So it's like, if I say it, then production will build a story around me. Girl, you won 1 maxi challenge. One. That's it. One. I don't give a fuck about the mini challenges. You won 1 maxi challenge.
I do care for the
Sasha
mini challenges.
Sasha
Not
has won 3 maxi challenges. 3. 2 twice in a row. However, it's funny that when you were watching this with your girls and your gays, you guys were reflecting on, okay, Sasha just won. What does this mean even past the competition? Because me and my gays were also doing the same thing, and we were like, and my opinion and reaction was, as soon as they gave her the double win twice in a row, I said, oh, they giving the girl her flowers because they're not going to give her the crown. So they are going to give her double wins. They are going to give her whatever she wants. She's going to probably win more. She'll probably walk around. She'll probably walk away from here with 5 challenge wins, and she will probably break a record of one of the drag queens that has won the most maxi challenges in one regular season of Drag Race ever. But she will not get the crown because not because she can't. I do believe that that crown has her name written on her. But I think that,
this is not
production has a bigger picture for Sasha Colby, and it does not end with her getting a crown on American Drag
absolutely.
Race. her first season of Drag Race ever. I think there's more to see from Sasha. I say this time and time again on this podcast. There's gonna be an All Stars moment. There's gonna be a US versus the world moment. There's gonna be a moment, and
Yeah,
it's not gonna be on American Drag Race.
I agree.
I agree with you. So, that was it. Sasha won $5,000. Shout out to Sasha.
She
And
fits in K in the bank.
Malaysia 15K in the bank, baby. Baby. Two more challenge
Mm,
wins and the bitch is good. And they be giving away money in the finale because remember them bitches almost all walked away with $50,000 last season? Like
yeah,
if you get to the finale, you get into the bag. So you're gonna
let's
be
go
good.
home.
You're gonna be good. Um, the bottom two were Malaysia, Baby Doll Fox, and Selena STDs. They lip synced to
It
Single
was
Ladies by Beyonce.
First of all, shout out to them having the fucking rights to that song. Like, I was like, what are they gonna do? What Beyonce song could they possibly do? So I'm happy with
Right.
Single Lady
I would
because
have loved if I were a boy.
well, let's get into it then because I feel like Malaysia was fucking performing the song as if it was I were a boy. And she was over here like doing like these church vocal faces and like she's hitting these high notes and Single Ladies is about performance. And if there is any stage, you get your gay card revoked if you don't know the Single Ladies dance. At least to fucking fake it till you make it. So the
Right.
fact that not only did motherfucking Selena's titties know the choreography, but performed it on the gayest stage in the world and fucking give it, I don't
She
give a fuck
gave
that.
me she knew what she had in front of her. That was a Beyonce lip sync. It was a 1000 Nights of Beyonce runway. She knew that she had to give Beyonce. And I think that I was very surprised that Malaysia didn't also, understand that part of the challenge, and the lip sync. But I think that, yeah, I think from this lip sync, it was clear that Selena was a winner,
But
and
now wait,
Selena.
hold on, because now I'm pissed the fuck off. I
Why?
feel like Anit Anitra could have been on the bottom this week.
Honestly,
And she could have been in the bottom, and that's bullshit that they put Selena in the bottom. Because now, I like she better not go home next week. They better not do this little storyline like, oh, she's been on the bottom already the last 2 weeks, and rah 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 rah. Because were Anitra and Marsha safe? Yeah, then I feel like Selena should have been safe too. Therefore, clearly you need someone in the bottom to battle against this bitch. Then I feel like Anitra should have like are we judging them off the week or are we judging them off the growth from episode 1 week 1 to where they're at now?
yeah.
Even in that case, oh, well I guess it's like Selena does not that she hasn't grown, but it's like Marsha, we're kind of seeing her like grow a little more. Like Anitra's kind of like breaking the ice and like not being as quiet as we go through. But I don't think that Selena should have been in the bottom.
No, I mean, I don't. I think that Selena should have been in the bottom. I just don't think that the Anitra should have been safe. I think that Anitra, the only person that should have been, I guess, safe should have been Marsha, and she should have walked out to the back by herself. And I think that Anitra
Yeah.
should have stayed on stage to get criticism because there was something missing. There was something missing, and her challenge was also, in a way, a little bit underwhelming because I don't know, like she was just like she I don't know, she wasn't really doing much. So I was
Yeah.
really surprised that Anitra was safe. Um and again, it all goes to the production bigger picture. They have something bigger for Anitra, and they don't want to tarnish her reputation on the show by making her on the bottom, so they're just gonna put her safe. To me, I don't know. I think that this was definitely the week that Anitra could have been at least at the bottom three. And even if she wasn't gonna be at the bottom two and she was gonna be saved like prior to the bottom two, at least be in the bottom three so that she could have checked herself and be like, okay, I gotta like,
Wake
bring
up.
it even, wake up and bring it more next week. um
Agreed.
yeah, it was definitely weird that she was safe and that this was the bottom two, but nonetheless, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox had to sadly sashay away while
She
Selena
was Malaysia walked onto that stage and she already had a defeative mentality, and I feel like
hmm
that is the secret. Like I'm a pull of luck, bitch, because I will be on Drag Race season, motherfucking. And when they do 1,000 nights of Beyond of Nicki Minaj, like I'm gonna have no other choice than to serve pussy con cum. But
yeah.
one thing that I've learned from Lux, I'm gonna say that I've seen is literally that fucking delusion. Like you cannot, and even from the old episodes of Drag Race, that inner saboteur, leave that motherfucker at the door. Like you cannot bring that
Mhm.
motherfucker in with you. And once you start getting into your head on that mentality, you are fucked. Because I'm not saying that Lux is perfect in every single little way, because I do, in my opinion, I wish I could get bigger fucking drag makeup from her, right? I said the comment about the padding, but she sells what the fuck she gives you
Yep.
so that you're like, bitch, I don't eat chocolate, but I'm buying the chocolate. I don't eat motherfucking yogurt Skittles. Well, you know when little kids are selling the fucking oh, I'm fuck. But bitch, I'm gonna buy it because I want to support you. I'm gonna
Right.
buy it because what you are selling, the product you are giving, I believe in it because you believe in it. And I
Right.
think that that's why when we got to this point of the stage, Malaysia like stopped believing in herself, and I felt like I saw it in her eyes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even from the way that she took her little neck thing off, it wasn't like a perform, bam, hit it to the beat,
Yeah.
toss that shit across the room. It was like, well, bitch, might as well let me start fucking getting out of drag now, cause like I got a car ride to go to after this. Like she was done with it. And I don't know what the backstory was, but Selena won that one fair and square. And it's like I love Malaysia. I want to see more of her
Mhm.
because I do think she was a good personality. Happy she got to like leave with a new daughter under her belt. Um,
Mhm.
I want to see more of her. I do, because it's getting now to a point where I'm like, who the fuck is going home next? Is it Marsha? Is it Anitra? Or
I
I'm
know
gonna be
it's getting
I'm
it.
gonna be pissed if it's Selena. She better not be going home next.
So we have 8 queens left in the competition. Is we're getting down to that point. Next week is gonna be top 7 and then top 6 and then top 5. And like we're getting down to that point. And I really think that this I mean, we're gonna get a top it's gonna be a top 5 because last season it was a top 5.
Yeah,
So I feel like they're probably gonna keep the same thing on and just make it a top 5 this season.
I don't think so.
But yeah, like
Who
I
who 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 would be the top 5 right now?
I think the top 5 would be Anitra, Lux Noir London, Mistress Isabel Brooks,
For sure.
Sasha Colby, and Lucy LaDuca.
So that moves Marsha.
And that leaves Marsha to be eliminated and Selena to be eliminated.
Negative. My top 5 is definitely Mistress, Lux, Sasha, Anitra, Selena. Like I feel like Lucy, or if Lucy's in the top 5, she's gonna have the storyline of Rose, where it was like you are really good, but like you were so focused on being so really good that I'm gonna be real with you. What the fuck is Lucy's personality?
No, I think that she's gonna have the same thing that Diabetes was dealing with which is like she was going so hard and she was focused on not being seen and not being appreciated as a big competitor, and that it's just Diabetes was going through the same thing, like, oh, the girls are not taking me serious, or this and this and that, or I
Yeah,
am a good competitor, like I am competition,
they
like
they
like
are, but
girl,
it's
like
also like
you can't, if the girls are not focused on that, then you can focus on that. You know what I'm saying? If the
yeah,
girls don't think that you're a competitor, you can't then nag that you guys don't think that no, you have to show them.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
And
like, I don't know.
well, we only gonna find out
Well,
next week.
we
We finally got our 90-minute episodes back, and I really want to see
yes.
how different that's gonna feel again. Because we're gonna get so many more conversations that have been cut out.
Yeah.
Please give us some workroom footage. Like,
Mhm.
I want to see these hoes just cutting up in that damn room, because I do think that that adds so much to the story, and to
Yeah.
the perspective, and like understanding why maybe she didn't have the baby bump. You know what I mean? Like maybe Lux usually pads, but she couldn't pad for this one because she didn't fit into that dress. Like we're missing these moments,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. 90 minutes, bitch. We're back.
90 minutes. We're back, baby. We're home. Next week we're gonna have a stand-up comedy challenge. So I'm really excited to just laugh as well. So yeah, shout out to that. That has been the tea. Now you decide the shade. Make sure that you guys follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Talk Podcast, and that you guys subscribe to this podcast and give us a great review. And if you guys love the podcast, let us know. Let us
Please
know.
do.
Um, we like we said last week, we recently shot our season 2 promo, and those pictures are gonna be coming out very very soon. And we're gonna do a little, it's gonna be a whole revamp. We're gonna change our podcast artwork. We're going to our Instagram is gonna change and things like that. So be
Stay
make sure that you guys
tuned.
stay tuned and make sure that you guys follow us on social so that you guys can experience that with us. Thank you so much for listening. You guys are amazing. We do this for you. No, not really. We do this because we like to talk shit. But anyways, we're glad that you guys listen to us. We love you. Again, this has been the tea. Now you decide the shade. Bye.
Sip up. Kisses.
Ni hao. Who the fuck told bitches it was
It
me
was me
now?
now. Are you stupid or you dumb?